What is up, people on the interwebs? I hope you're having an amazing day and welcome to Nerdy Nails. In today's video I'm going to show you 3 different techniques on how to create a French tip nail. So let's jump into today's video and let's show some cool tips and tricks for making some French tip nails. So let's jump into the tools and techniques we are going to show today. So for starters, you're going to need a base and a top coat. When it comes to doing French tip nails, I quite like using a really glossy top coat and a creamy base coat. The tools you're going to need to show off each different technique, but whichever version you prefer, just keep doing it that way, is the nail polish of your choice. Today we're just going to do classic white, a stamping plate with a French tip design, and some curved vinyls. And if you are going to do the stamping technique, don't forget a stamper and a scraper. So let's jump into showing of each different technique on how to make a French tip nail. For starters, don't forget to apply a base coat first to all of your nails. So for starters, we'll start off with the polish design. So if you've got a pretty steady hand, you can do French tips freehand. It does take a lot of practice, but once you get there, you can do it freehand in a rush. And the way to do it freehand is with your polish. If you remove the lid from the bottle, remove a lot of the excess from the brush onto the bottle, and if you've got a steady hand, you pretty much keep your hand with the brush in still, and with the finger you're applying the French tip design on, you just slightly curve your finger as you go along, and you can get a pretty straight line by doing this version, but it does take practice and a steady hand. So that's technique number 1. Let's move on to technique number 2. So if you do struggle with this version and you haven't got a steady hand but you do enjoy stamping, then you can stamp French tips on your nails. So this is pretty simple. All you need to do is have a stamping plate with a French tip design and a stamping kit, and all you need to do is just apply some white polish on the stamping plate, scrape the polish through the design, and then with your stamper transfer the design from the plate onto the stamper, and then just press it on your nails. Obviously, as you can see, for me, my nails are fairly long at the moment, and if you do have long nails like me at the moment and you've got the bottom showing with your natural nail, just use some white polish to cover it up. But as long as you've stamped the French tip at the top part of your design, you will always get that smooth, clear, curved line for the French tips. And moving on to our third and final design, since if you struggle with stamping and you can never get it to work, then this technique will be the one for you, and that is using nail vinyls. So nail vinyls are pretty simple and easy to use. So all you need to do is just find some nail vinyls that are slightly curved, and then you will always get that perfect, clear, curved line at the top of a French tip design. So what you need to do is just pull the vinyl off from the backing of the plastic, and then you're just going to place that on where you want the line of your French tip to begin, and then you're just going to apply your white polish over the top of the design, and whilst the polish is still wet, you are just going to remove the nail vinyl, and then you will always get that clear, perfect line. It's very important when you are using nail vinyls that you remove the polish when it's wet to get that clean line. If you don't remove the vinyl when the polish is wet, you won't get that nice clean line. So really important to do it when the polish is wet. But also important is when you are using vinyls, make sure your base polish underneath is completely dry, since if that is wet, you're going to pull the polish underneath from your nail. So those are the 2 important tips for using vinyls. If you follow those rules, vinyls will always work for you. And once you have made your French tips, make sure you use a top coat to seal the design in. And there you guys have it, a simple nail art design, but hopefully you've learned a few different techniques to make some French tip designs. So whenever you guys want to make French tips in the future, you know the tools and techniques to make them simple, easy, and also have some fun whilst creating your amazing nail art designs. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you have, leave it a like. If there's any other techniques you want to learn about or anything you're confused about the nail art world, leave a comment down below. I'll look into it and I will hopefully give you the answers that you've been looking for. So just remember guys, keep being awesome, keep being amazing, and I will see you in the next nail art video. Bye!